Orchestra of New York's season finale, subtitled Children's Tales, will include young French composer Stephane Gassot's Cycle or Bicycle Film Suite, Liszt's Piano Concerto in E minor featuring Eden Chen, together with Saint-Saëns' Carnival of the Animals, and Prokofiev, Peter and the Wolf. The children-inspired evening of music closes with music director and composer Salvatore Di Vittorio's short encore Carosello. With me today, we've got pianist Eden Chen, a film composer Stephane Gassot, a music director and composer at the Chamber Orchestra of New York, Salvatore Di Vittorio, who all will be bringing us this wonderful concert coming up on May 29th. So, Salvatore, let's start with just an overview. Set the stage. What can the audience expect that night?
Well, it's a pretty big program because of the four works, and they're all challenging in different ways. You've kind of given us an overview of the five titles. Um, from the beginning, this is the first time a Respighi winner, as Stephane, has won with the composition category with a film score. And it's important for us because, as he and I spoke about this, the orchestra programs mixes, and I've been mixing the repertoire with film scores, iconic film scores, and this is the first time a Respighi winner has won with a film score, and so it's kind of new ground and exciting for us to do that. And it's a very pretty piece of music. You just love the music, Stephane. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. It's a very, he'll tell you about the film, but it's a very lighthearted piece of music, but it has a lot of energy, and it's got poignancy and everything. And then we have, of course, the two staples of the children's tales repertoire involved. Carnival of the Animals and Peter and the Wolf, and they speak for themselves. They're great pieces of music, each in their own way. They have certain challenges. Peter and the Wolf is a quite significant work. We think of it. We kind of think of it as lightly as a children's piece, but it's a pretty serious work in its own right. Of course, the list. I was speaking to Eden about this. It's quite difficult, not just for the soloist, but for the orchestra, the strings. They have a pretty fiery piece. And then at the end, my carousel in Italian, carousel in English, my carousel is a work a very short work. It's meant to depict literally the emotion or the sound in your mind of a carousel ride. So the piece is it serves as an encore to the program, and it gives you that flavor of a carousel ride, which typically only lasts 2-3 minutes. So it's a 2 to 3 minute work. It's very short. Literally makes you feel like you're on a carousel, and it's a segue. The encore is a segue to next season, because the carousel is actually part of a larger work. It's part of the commission that the board entrusted with me for the 250th anniversary concert on November 20th, this November. So that kind of gives you the flair of the evening.
Oh, I mean, I think it sounds wonderful. And how interesting, like you've chosen these children, but I was doing a little research on this, and I see often orchestras will have different instruments for the characters in Peter and the Wolf.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what's sort of connecting both of those works. In Carnival, you have each little movement is the composer decided to pick one of the animals for each movement, and then you have that sort of almost film score inspired. Peter and the Wolf was one of the biggest inspirations, I think, for John Williams. Home Alone, the Home Alone score is very, very inspired. Are you there? Yeah, I just lost you for a second. Very much inspired by Peter and the Wolf. As a matter of fact, I think the two criminals in Home Alone are the wolf. that sort of music. It's incredible, the connections. But it's a very, very interesting piece that he does that. He, the wolf is represented by the French horns, and the grandfather is represented by the bassoon. So leitmotif almost. Giving assigning a theme to a particular set of instruments as you go through the story unfolds.
Fascinating, and I had no idea about Home Alone connection, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Stefan, let's share with us what you will be bringing. It's a world premiere of one of your pieces, correct?
Yes, it's a world premiere.
So tell me
Because
about it.
it's not it was not about to the concert music, but it can be, I think it's music for animated movie, as you just said. And this is a animated movie from a French illustrator, really amazing, because his name is Roxane Campoy. So she's the director of the movie, and she has her own visual language, visual world. So it's really inspiring for composing. So it was a big source of inspiration. The movie itself is based on a French novel, actually, which name is La bicyclette et le vélo, from Philippe Delerme. So if I traduce, well, I can traduce by cycle or bicycle with a question mark, because it's like a philosophical question about our ways of riding our lives, between riding a bicycle or riding a bike. He enjoys making a huge difference between the two. Because when you ride a bicycle, you take it easy, you take time for doing things, you ride slowly. But when you ride a bicycle, you are a competitor. You want to win. You wear a sportswear, ridiculous, but you want to win the competition. It's a totally opposite way of life. And I had to translate this idea on the music. That's why there are always tempo changes all the time. It will be maybe difficult to conduct, I don't know. But there are a lot of changes because of the movie. So the form of the music is because of the movie all the time. I had to follow the editing, the character, etc. So this is a big difference of confrontation of point of view about life between an old couple. The man rides a bike and the woman rides a bicycle. And well, at the end, the woman wins the competition of their life because, as the man says, and well, after a storm where his bike is broken, he has to build another one. So he builds a bicycle with two seats, so they can ride together on the same way and share the same road. So it's really metaphoric, but at the end she wins because, as the man says, we can only be in love on a bicycle.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. I love getting the backstory. I mean, it makes it all like just mean so much more. And Eden, you'll be performing Liszt, which I feel like is underrated composer and kind of technically difficult too, right? So explain your philosophy and how you're going to bring this piece to life for us.
Yeah. So the Liszt concerto, this particular concerto is definitely lesser known and I'd say pretty underrated. It's just so daring in terms of like what it sounds like. And one of the things I really, really like about it is it kind of in line with this wonderful program. There's so many characters in this concerto. It's one of the challenges and also one of the huge, I think, advantages. It starts with something really quite menacing. Like any good children's tale, I think there's a villain, and this one is definitely pretty scary. And Liszt finds a way to sort of use musical language that is quite shocking especially for audiences in his time, but even today. And so it really opens up with a lot of drama and fireworks. And then it takes us through this whole journey where there's some lullaby-like sections. There's what I think is sort of some monologues by who may be the hero. And you just see these little musical ideas that represent certain characters, I think, pop in and out, and they interact with each other through the piece. Now, one of the challenges of that is it's one of Liszt's earlier work, so I think he's still trying to figure out how to use his unique writing style to make something really, in my mind, narrative and coherent. So one of the challenges is with all the hugely dramatic changes that go on suddenly, I think, well, first of all, on my own, I have to figure out how to turn that into one coherent story. And then when Maestro and the orchestra and I work together, which I'm really looking forward to, we're going to have to figure out how to fit that together into one really big picture. But you're right. It's definitely, to be honest, way harder than I expected to play. There are some parts in there that have some challenges that I've never encountered before, technically. So it's been frustrating, but also at the end, very rewarding to work on them.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. So now, Salvatore, explain how people can buy tickets. Where can they go? Give us kind of all the logistical details.
Right. As always, our website, chamberorchestraofnewyork.org. We have a drop-down menu with each concert, and those are May 29th. But more specifically, the easiest way, which we advertise through our own newsletters and social media, is to go directly to Carnegie Hall. We have a page, a landing page at Carnegie Hall, and you can get the link from us. But if you just simply search even Chamber Orchestra of New York, May 29th, Carnegie Hall, it pops up immediately. So you can get it a variety of ways, but through Carnegie Hall, single tickets are available. If you're looking for group tickets, 10 or more, that goes through the orchestra directly. So please email us or reach out to us through the website, info@chamberorchestraofnewyork.org. And the concert is at 7:30. Our concert series is typically annually between Zankel Hall and Weill Hall for the smaller programs. This is one of the smaller programs, so it's in Weill Hall, and it's at 7:30 p.m.
Okay, well, and a wonderful way to spend a New York evening. And so I would recommend everybody go check it out on May 29th. Thank you so much. I had so much fun researching both of you, Stephane and Eden, learning about you, and I can't wait to meet you in person.
We can't wait either.
But see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.